Yesterday on Bind, Evil Geniuses completely dominated Furia 13-5 in what ended up being a 2-0 win over them. Lotus was actually even more of a domination, 13-4. But we're actually going to take a look at Bind today because EG ran this extremely unorthodox comp. They ran Omen, Brim, Raze, Gecko, Sky. And so they're running a double Dome Smoker with a Sky, which is pretty ridiculous, I'm not going to lie. So we're just going to take a look at what Superman did on this Omen, because he actually went off this game. He went 23-8. He got, which is extremely ridiculous, 23 kills in 18 rounds is absurd. He was on track for a 30 bomb if this game was anywhere near close. So today we're just going to take a look at what they did with this Omen on Bind. So as you can see, the first round we're going to take a look at is the second round from Furia. So this is the anti-eco from them. As you can see, they have 3 Bulldogs, a Phantom Light Shield, and a Spectre Heavy Shield. The only gun that EG is bringing to this is a Ghost. And so it's actually ridiculous because EG will end up winning this round mostly off the back of Superman here. So as you can see, first off, he's lining up to throw a one-way long. And from the I'll just let the rest of the round play out because it's actually pretty insane.
On Bind, as the defense, it's miserable. All right, you got flashes in your face. You have mollies all over the place. There's no way to really feel comfortable there. So insanely well done for Fury to be able to do that already.
Yeah, sometimes just tucking in that corner, not making any noise at all is the approach that you need to anchor a site like that. No one from EG was aware. This one way is to take B long control, just creep up there, but they're gonna run into NZR, who's got that Spectre, an ideal gun for these close range battles.
Yeah, with Khalil popping off a little bit with Bulldog over the top. No damage found yet. No space for Evil Geniuses.
There's so much utility invested as well on that B long. They do leave one here. And Giacomo is going back around into that hookah area, so this is all just a feint to beta rotation. And if one of these players on the opposite side of the map, like Apoth or Giacomo, are able to find first blood here on a Furia, it could open up this B site. Oh, that reclear info from Furia is going to be good. They know no one's in shower at this moment. Still keeping 3 there, though. It's going to be a 5v2 hit on the B site if nothing changes from the side of Furia.
And you would think, given some of the info that they just gathered off of the reclear from showers that you mentioned a moment ago, they would want to lean B, but alas, they decide to stick to their guns, so to speak. That 1-for-1 doesn't feel great. The Bulldog's not really in a position to be scooped up, though. So you've kept that weapon. Well, at least for a moment, you had that weapon at arm's length. Superman will upgrade it. So Bulldog in hand now for the controller. MW just barely spotting the hand of nature. Not enough to take a finger off, but enough to deal some damage.
And he gets out.
Problems. You're right, he gets away.
How? That's like blunder from Furia. They should have definitely killed him. They had him dead to rights. It's not over yet, though.
Keep an eye on Khalil on the minimap. Starting to cross through spawn. We'll try to apply some pressure towards elbow or push through the smoke if he so decides to do so. Superman with 3 on the round. Shandy the last to fall. And it's a thrifty for EG.
Superman is so insane. That's...
For those more attentive viewers, you'll notice that Superman used 5 different Omen smokes that round. 5. On a thrifty round, which is absolutely unheard of. So the very first smoke he throws is this one way for long, which is the most obvious to see. So he just throws it right about here, and it puts a lot of pressure on anybody trying to play Garden. It really prevents them from holding at all. And the only way for them to hold on this long space is for them to swing out TP. And this is kind of a common theme for the smokes here, is that Furia don't want to take these unnecessary risks. They don't want to push out TP because EG are on the eco run, so they don't want to take any unnecessary risks. They don't want to overfight. So after he throws this smoke, they have their Gecko get the orb, and they have 3 TP, or 2 TP, sorry. And then the next smoke he throws, a little bit before they TP, is this one way right here. So this one way does pretty much the same exact thing as the long one way. It doesn't allow anybody to hold this. They either have to swing out here, or they have to push up and get close. Which again, is stuff that Furia does not want to do this time, because they're on buy, and EG is on thrifty. So it pretty much prevents anybody from being showered, which allows them to farm this second orb. So after Furia hear 2 TP, and they hear Superman run into shower as well, they throw a Brim smoke right here. But Superman responds by throwing a smoke right about here. So as you can see, this smoke is really good because it allows people to get out bench and possibly fight like this and fight in the CT, or it allows somebody to jump out and flood out this way. So, however, EG don't want to do any of that. They actually shift walk it back from shower after throwing that, and they go back to B. And so after they're in B, as you can see, real quick,
B site.
Nope.
Oh, that reclear info from
forward.
Given some of the but at least for a moment.
So after they go back B, Superman manages to find this kill onto the get-go, which is pretty insane. He just has a classic. And this guy, in all honesty, he was just popping off this game. I'm not going to lie. 23 and 8. He had a 50% headshot rate. He was going crazy. But he finds his kill. As you can see, he just jumps up and kills him. He's insane. He finds his kill here.
So
and then, as you can see, before that, however, he threw this smoke onto CT. So really quickly, this smoke's actually a one-way, as you'll see in a second. So he throws the one-way, like... I'm obviously not as good at this. He throws it right here.
Cover going out.
And so, as you can see on the mini-map, Fury have a Brimstone here, and it's just going to completely eliminate this guy from the round until these smokes fade. So as you can see, Fury hit TP, their fade also hits TP. I'm just going to mute this. So Fury hit TPs, and then Superman pushes forward into Cubby and grabs the Bulldog. So this guy, there's two in hookah right now, and as you can see, this one-way is still up. So this Brimstone, he just can't play the game right now. He's completely isolated off of the round. So really quickly, Superman, as you can see, he's about to go crazy. He throws another smoke here to further keep this Brimstone out of the round. And he finds a crazy timing here off the dog. Shoots the dog, and he swings, finds the kill. Waits for Brimstone to just walk out the smoke, finds the second kill, cleans up the round. So, just a crazy round overall from Superman. Some crazy Omen tech coming out. And that's why I really think that Omen will be quite good on this map very quickly. Is because those one-ways are so powerful and can offer a lot more flexibility in this round. Which another underrated part is that if they had a Viper here, they would not win this round. That's another bonus of having the double dome smokes, is that they can have these... They're more likely to have these smokes later in the round, even if their Brim dies. Is that they can keep throwing these, they can keep throwing these rechargeables, and overall, it's just it's very strong on this map. So the next one we're going to look at is round 6, and it's a full buy for both teams. So as you can see, Fury is starting off with a very unorthodox 1-4 setup. They're putting 3 people in short. So as you can see, their Brimstone is looking into the TP right now. But EG had, I don't know what it was, but they had some sort of hard read this game that Fury were going to try to TP. So as you can see, off the rip,
We're going to fight, it just wasn't enough.
Superman is throwing this one way here. So real quickly, as you can see, he's coming from hookah, and he's one-waying the TP just like this. There.
Cover going out.
So he just rips this smoke off rip. And so I think Fury actually you can hear this from short, and they don't TP off of this. Because if you TP into this, as you can see in later rounds, you're just dead. There's nothing you can do against this. This is, like, you can't see anything. It's very broken. So as you can see, after that, they throw a Boomba or a sorry, they throw a Boombot / Roomba into short, into window, I mean. And so as you can see, Superman's sitting here with the Omen blind ready to go. And so he's blinding off of the contact of the Roomba. If the Roomba sees anything, he's gonna head and rip this. But if not, then he just saves it for the rest of the round. So I'll go back to the pod real quick. So yeah, as you can see, he's lining up this Roomba, or this blind off the Roomba. Sees nothing, so he runs back.
Full rifles for the defense here. Oh, along with the 3 ultimates, if Jogamo takes to the skies, Havoc has no choice but to take a step back.
Oh! Are you kidding?
You rarely see that kill go that way. It's often the spam from spawn that's the...
Okay, so Fury ends up going for the quadruple flank, but you'll see that the Omen blind is going to be crazy good for fighting in this long space. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because Fury ends up going long, and as you can see right here, Superman is lined up with this Omen blind ready to go.
Anything like this, and look at this Omen flash.
Off of the swing, they're cooked. No!
Yep, so they just hit a absolutely perfect Omen flash. This guy is completely screwed, MWZ. And it ends up pushing back both other players, and then EG, in all honesty, EG was very well drilled this game, as you can see. Like, these set mini plays, you know, almost, like, it's not, they didn't execute great in, like, the amazing, like, big 5v5 fights, but in just, like, these little tiny plays, like the Omen flash into a double swing, like, they were just so well drilled in this. Or, like, the mini play of the Roomba, and I'll flash off the Roomba. Like, they just had so much, like, good team chem, and just, like, these small moments where it mattered.
Where to go?
So, and then Fury ended up going for a double save. So, yep, next round. So, the last little micro play we're going to look at of this attack half is this play by Superman. So, the round starts off with this kind of showers hit, which is actually really creative. They have a Gecko lineup time with the Brim ult. I would have liked the Brimble, if it was just a little bit earlier, it might have gotten the kill on this fade, but he somehow manages to evade all the util. And so after this, Fairy actually ended up grabbing 2 quick kills. So as you can see, if they got one there, they got one there. However, Superman, as you can see on the mini-map, they don't show it, but he TP's out on the triple. And he's just a madman for this. He TP's out and he grabs 2. As you can see, he just gets 2 really quickly. It's insane. And this Omen allows you to play so freely, especially when you're the second smoker. Like, you don't have to worry about, like, oh, I have to stay alive to smoke for my team later in the round. Like, he just sent it, and he made the play, and he put them up in the rounds. So the first and most likely only defense round that we're going to look at from AG is this round right here. So as you can see, Superman starts off with TPing up on this box pre-round. Apoth will end up getting a random spam kill in the short, but just see what Superman does with his smokes here.
Came down to nature just whiffing that Guardian shot on the player that was 1 HP, but just like that, Apod already answering, taking out NZR, who we've been priding so much in this match. Look at that one way.
Yep. Look at this. Wait, I'll back up a little bit. Yep. So look, this one way is really creative from him. So as you can see here, he's TP'd up onto the box pre-round. So he's TP'd up here, and he's one-waying like this. And this looks like it's supposed to be a one-way for down here, but it doesn't really work unless they drop down the stairs. Which actually, this is pretty powerful as well. This one-way right here. However, he ends up making it crazy good by TPing up here. And anybody swinging out onto site, he starts on the very edge of the box like this, and anybody swinging out to plant like this, he gets to free spam off of them. Oh, maybe if he doesn't fall down, but... yeah, he just gets free spam off of him. And he ends up getting a kill later on the guy walking out showers here. And this just isn't the kind of stuff that you're thinking about when you're playing bind. You're not really thinking about different height like this. You're like TPing out on the triple. Like stuff like this, you're just not thinking about it, because normally the only person that can play up here is the Raze. And when you see the Raze somewhere else, you're not expecting these kind of crazy height angles. So Omen on this map can just create a lot of favorable fights pretty easily if you get creative with him. So, yeah.